It was just another ordinary morning at the office, or so I thought. I had been noticing signs for months, subtle changes in my wife's behavior, late-night messages, excuses about extended meetings, and a coldness in her tone that hadn't been there before. But nothing prepared me for what was about to unfold right in front of my eyes. My wife, Sarah, and I worked in different departments of the same company. We had met there years ago, built our lives together around our careers, and even shared lunch in the break room on good days. That day, I was headed to a scheduled team meeting when I heard a commotion coming from the floor below. Curious and slightly concerned, I took a detour. As I approached the marketing department, voices grew louder, angrier, and unmistakably female. A crowd was starting to gather. I pushed through the people just in time to witness a confrontation so intense it would leave everyone shaken. Standing in the center of the chaos was a woman I recognized from company events, Amanda, the wife of my wife's co-worker, Jake. Amanda was holding a stack of printed messages, screenshots, and photos. With trembling hands and a fiery voice, she read out loud the graphic exchanges between Sarah and Jake, her husband. Sarah stood frozen, her face pale, eyes wide. She looked around, desperately seeking an escape, but there was none. Amanda wasn't just accusing, she was presenting undeniable proof. The room fell silent as Amanda slammed a photo on the table. Sarah and Jake, locked in an intimate moment during a so-called conference trip. Amanda's voice cracked, but her resolve remained strong. She looked directly at Sarah and said, "I gave you my trust. You gave me betrayal." Then turning to the crowd, she added, "And now everyone knows the truth." Gasps echoed through the office and murmurs spread like wildfire. I stood there paralyzed. I wanted to scream, to cry, to confront Sarah myself, but the humiliation had already hit me like a tidal wave. Watching your wife get exposed publicly for infidelity isn't something you prepare for, especially not when it's her lover's wife doing the exposing. Jake tried to intervene, begging Amanda to calm down. She shoved him away with a bitter laugh. "You think this is just about us?" she yelled. "You brought this disgrace into our families, our workplace, and you thought you'd never get caught." Then she turned and stormed out, her dignity intact, leaving behind a wrecked marriage and shattered illusions. Sarah attempted to follow her, but she was stopped by HR. The company had no choice but to get involved at that point. An investigation was launched immediately. Gossip and judgment filled the air in every corner of the office. That evening, Sarah came home looking defeated. She tried to talk, to explain, to cry, but I didn't want to hear any of it. I had seen the truth with my own eyes. I had heard every dirty detail, every betrayal, every lie, from someone who had every reason to expose it. The fallout was brutal. Jake was suspended pending investigation. Sarah took an immediate leave of absence, and Amanda filed for divorce. I began packing my things the same night. There was no space left for forgiveness. The worst part wasn't the cheating, it was the public disgrace. The fact that everyone now knew what she had done, that I too had become a subject of pity and whispers. Her affair wasn't just a betrayal of me, it was a blow to everything we had built. Looking back, I'm almost grateful to Amanda. She had the courage to do what? I couldn't. She didn't just expose the affair, she shattered the web of lies it was built on. And in doing so, she set us all free.